Oh, hi YouTube, this is Khi Turner. Happy New Year. This is a year of 2020 because you gotta have the vision, you know what I'm saying? So, this video right here is gonna be sponsored by none other than AcquaNINJA. Links obviously in the description down below. And let's get into this review. So unlike many other YouTubers, this is going to be an unbiased review of the Galaxy Fold 2020 model, which is currently in its prototyping phase. As you can see from the different stance that this one has, the 5G capabilities, it's actually a really amazing phone. I'm going to get it to you in this review. Not sponsored. Let's do a camera and a hardware walk around right now. So you got a camera right here on the front, an IR blaster right here, speaker grill in the middle, the Samsung logo on the right side. On the bottom, you actually have, this is a new design, as you can see. So it's got that more clamshell-like look. You got a speaker grill, a USB, a microphone port on the bottom. On the top, you have the same exact setup without the USB. On the side, you got a fingerprint scanner, side key, volume up and down, and this is a SIM card, of course. On the back side, the reflective side, it's a fingerprint magnet. Has 3 cameras and a quad flash, as you can see right there from the thing. So basically, this phone always wants to have cameras on the front and cameras on the back. So even if you have it in this orientation, you got 2 cameras in the front. As you can see, the IR blasters going in, just in case you didn't know there was another camera right there. And you can only see that with another camera, of course. And you got cameras on the back. So you can take front and back. And let's say the phone is open. Well, guess what? You have a similar setup. You have 3 cameras, 2 normal cameras and 1 IR camera. You can see if I do the little close-up right there. And then on the back side, you still have the same 3 camera array. So essentially, you always have great front and great back cameras. And that's the whole setup. Even though this phone has essentially 9 cameras, it makes sense for the form factor so you can have that crisp display always. A wide angle, a normal, and either an IR or a focal lens for all the different types of modes you got right there. Now let's get into the camera actually, because that's super important. This is an upcoming Tesla video, and as you can see from the camera quality, oh my goodness, it's phenomenal. It looks like you are in a movie or something. Literally one of the best cameras you're gonna see on the market. So this is me riding down Collins, as you can see, going through the different camera modes. We got video, we got picture, we got live focus, we got live focus video. And as you can see from each of the camera modes, they're significantly different in terms of the viewing angles and qualities. Such as for the live video, it's kind of like that bokeh effect going on in the background there. They got panorama, they got slow-mo, super slow-mo, which I kind of liked a lot because during the video, the frame rate, I'm probably going to upload this like on YouTube so you won't be able to actually see it, but frame was perfect. Pro, as you can see, has these little dots that actually sees the background, allows you to adjust for everything from the ISO to the adjustments, the focal length, and things of that nature. But super slow-mo, the frame rate was like phenomenal. It was something crazy, like 120 or something. I could see it. But obviously this video is going to get compressed and decompressed a couple of times, so it won't actually be as optimal as it looked that day. But you can still see the different effects in live focus and live focus video, how the background is getting that like cool movie-like bokeh effect. And for sub, $8,000 camera, it's really got a cool effect for that. It's one of the few phones that has live focus video, not just photography, but actually for the video as well. And then I kind of transitioned into coming back down Collins, seeing the nice scenic view, getting all the camera modes right so that I could see which had the best overall effect and sharpness. And I've noticed that
In super slow mo, it seemed like the resolution was down a little bit. Maybe it goes down to like 720p or something like that, in order to preserve the frame rate. So you can have like cool, very, very slow shots where you probably can go like, 10 times slow or something like that. But in order to do that, it allows you to have that really good frame
Feature
rate.
gets me so hyped that I can't even be normal, okay? This is an iPhone, of course. Now, as most iPhones are, you're always running low on battery, right? So, with this cool technology, it actually allows you to share your device's power directly with another device. So all you do is align the two cores and you can share power. So I'm gonna show you how this works. Boom. Simple as that. And the iPhone is really charging too. It's not like a joking charging. So as you can see, you can charge any device with this device. Like that's an actual iPhone and it's charging via my Samsung device. Like the Galaxy Fold is not, I'd say it's not even normal technology. It's really futuristic technology. And you might say, well, it's just iPhones that it can charge. Well, this is a Galaxy Bud video coming later for this too. Notice this. Boom. Charging. So literally every device can charge from this. And even on top of that, I forgot to show this. This surface is magnetic for both things. This hinge is magnetic and this is magnetic as well. So sometimes I lay this phone on like a metal table and because it's metal, it'll just click to the table. So like I can slide it around and like do cool stuff with it. But it's very weird that they actually made this it's very magnetic. It's not even like a joke magnetic. It's really strong. So I've noticed that like especially at FIU, like I'll sit the phone on the table and then it'll just be stuck there for a second. I just find that really amazing that it literally can charge any device just with itself, you know what I mean? And it obviously costs battery life to do it, but the fact that it can do it is pretty cool. For screen mirroring, whatever you have on your phone, as you can see right there, will be screen mirrored to the big device. Simple as that. Just click the button and poof. Pretty cool, huh? And literally if I do something on the phone, it'll do it on the phone thing in real time too. So you can easily show videos and pictures and things like that to the whole group with whatever TV is compatible, which is pretty much everything at this point, from Vizio to LG, Samsung. And this is an Epson projector, so clearly everything is compatible with it. And it's really amazing that it'll even flip orientation. So let's see. I'm gonna go into YouTube and show you both screens at the same time so you know it's happening in real time. And let's say we go to now I can go to RCL because I ain't trying to get that copyright. Let's say we go to this one right here. I'm just gonna flip the orientation right here because it's locked to unlocked. Flip it sideways. And as you can see on the screen, it actually flipped it sideways as well. Boom. And now it's taking up the full screen. So it's really amazing that you have the ability to be able to mirror your screen directly. No cables, no plugs, no nothing. And it's just that seamless. One of the best features I feel like on this whole device. Now, in the same vein as the screen mirroring people, I know the gamers are like, but with this big screen, I gotta be able to get my game on. I got you. So since it uses the newest Bluetooth codec, you can literally connect any controller to it. As you can see, a PS controller, and I don't have a PlayStation, so it's connected to my phone. Xbox, you thought that it wasn't gonna work? Come on, Xbox works as well. And they're both currently connected to this device at the same time. So many games you can play from Google Stadia. I'm in the Xbox beta, so I can play that as well with the streaming. Several emulators, so you can easily do that. And even newer games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, they all work. And they're all compatible with these controllers. So you can play with a full controller, all the buttons work, As you can see, look, I can move around the menu with an Xbox controller. Same with a PlayStation controller. Just in case you thought I was like BSing you or something. Me and my brother actually play older games like NFL Street, Street 2 all the time. So it actually is really cool to be able to like relive some of those glory days. And now that we can play on a big screen, it's really like we went back in time and we're just like.
This is footage of me and my brother playing Street on the Fold about 2 months ago. As you can see, he has a PlayStation controller and I have the Xbox controller, and it's on the full screen and is running at about 60 frames a second. Pretty awesome. This might be the most sacrilegious thing you could see. I'm playing Halo on Xbox Project Stream, Project xCloud, using a PlayStation controller.
Having awesome time with that. I like to play Xbox, which as you can see right here, I'm gonna make a separate video just for this. But it's really amazing that you have with xCloud, you have a whole library of video games that you can play, from Halo to Absolver, Killer Instinct, pretty much any game you want, Tomb Raider, and I can play them all in real time straight from this device. No Wi-Fi needed. That's the crazy part. And the controllers work seamlessly, so literally I can play online and everything, just like if I had played from the actual console. That is a really amazing feature, and I'll probably put some gameplay right here so you can see how smooth it runs. Actually, it's really incredible. This is my library of classic games, as you can see, from everything from Super Mario to Streets, Mortal Kombat up at the top. You got Fight Night, Double Dash, and then I even got into the Wii section where I got like more nuanced games like Paper Mario and things like that. And they all run super duper smooth. For instance, let's load up Smash Bros, because that's obviously a great game. So you can see my processor right here because I wanted to keep it really cool. And remember, it's streaming to the TV as well. Zero lag at all. It's amazing, right? This is in real time. And the game works perfectly with the buttons, as you can see from here. Press start, start. Everything works flawlessly. The frames per second's at the top, so you can see right there, pretty much 60 frames across the board. May dip into like 55, 56, but obviously it's not gonna be noticeable. Whole game runs flawlessly. So if you like video games, this is probably the phone for you. Got the guys.
We're in 2020 right now, man.
Obviously, the form factor of this phone is one of the main appealing points of it. The fact that it can convert from small to big.
So I recently updated to Lawn Chair 2, video coming soon, and switched the navigation controls to full screen, full gesture. So as you can see, I get the full screen real estate with no navigation at the bottom. And also it allows me to use the top of the screen up here where you see the status bar. So it gives you the full screen for the wallpaper, which looks really dope, right? So I'll have a full video on that coming soon.
It essentially can transform from a phone to a tablet, which is crazy because most times people see this in public. I mean, they kind of go crazy, you know what I mean? They say, oh, what is that? Or how did you do that? So it's kind of the alluring factor. I feel like one of the most underrated parts of this phone is actually the settings. There's so many things you can do in the settings that it's ridiculous. And not even just developer options, but like all of the options. And they're so well executed, such as the ambient display. Let's get into it. You can control every feature about the ambient display, from the clock style to how it appears to the numbers, all the way up to even like how the smart lock displays your time and things like that. Smart lock essentially means if you have a smart band or Apple Watch or anything like that, it'll pair directly to your phone, and you can essentially unlock your phone just with that. Just because it's on your person, it'll actually unlock it. Pretty cool. You can have your contact information so that if you ever lose your phone, that you have a way that they can contact you. And you can even have a dynamic lock screen so it changes, like a screensaver, like with a computer. It's crazy, actually. Which mine does actually naturally. So after it goes into a sleep mode, after a few minutes, it'll go into a screensaver where it does like this cool color display. This is how the screensaver looks, how it goes through the colors. And it kind of shows this like cool blend with the nice, beautiful OLED display. Kind of nice. And also, if you have your phone plugged in, you can actually see that it says not only the charge time, but the charge time until it's at 100%. It tells you if it's fast or slow charging, and you can even get more detailed than that too. So you can see says it's charging slowly and how long, and it even gives you suggestions to how to make it get it faster. You can change the power mode to like a more optimal setting to save power if you know you're going to be like out all day or whatever. And also you can, optimize it for gaming if you want it to have like more power for the thing, but it'll use more power. You can customize pretty much every aspect of this phone, which is the crazy part. Now, the main benefit why I would say everybody should be interested in this phone, besides the ginormous screen that obviously allows you to see a lot more than normal, is actually all of the features in this phone. This phone is probably one of the most feature-rich phones you're ever gonna see. I mean, even from like how much screen real estate it is. Think about how much stuff is fitting on the screen right now. You got your notifications at the top. You can see right there, you can pull down. You got all your apps, but they can fit into a 4x4 grid, which, I mean, no other phone can do basically, you know what I mean? And it just allows you to get so much things on your screen at the same time. Let's say, hypothetically, you're watching a YouTube video, right? Okay, dash cam. You're seeing the global news, right? You can see all of the individual tabs at the top here, unlike other phones, right? And what I find is so cool about it is even multitasking on this phone is a breeze. You know what I mean? No matter what you want to do, you can find it. So let's say hypothetically you want to bring up another app, right? Just hit the multitask window. You want to click right here, split screen view. Simple as that. And just like a computer, you can always resize this or make it bigger. You can choose any other app you want to, resize and whatnot. Let's say YouTube. And then you have this little slider in the middle so you can actually control exactly what you're doing. Make it bigger or smaller. I'll make it smaller just for you guys. And you can actually play videos while it's doing that. So it's essentially like YouTube, but the best version of it. I love that you have this multitask window in conjunction with whatever else you want to do. Like you can even still make another pop-up window to have 3 apps going at the same time. Now, I have no idea why you want to have 3 apps going at the same time. So having 3 apps on the screen at the same time is as simple as that. As you can see, you got YouTube on the left side, you got Google Play Store on the right side, and you even got the Chrome browser on the right side. Now, I don't know why you would ever need to have 3 apps going at the same time, but you have the ability to be able to do that, which is amazing.
Samsung Pay is one of the most underrated features of the whole ecosystem of cards. Now, you can see that it can work with pretty much any system, from your gas to local stores to even systems that only accept cards. It'll still work. You can actually put all your cards in there. You can get cash back with so many companies, from like popular companies that you go to every day, from like Nike's. These are all in alphabetical order, and as you can see, pretty much every company is in here. And they give you cash back just for using the Samsung Pay, which uses MST versus NFC. What that basically means is MST is so that it can use the micro strip on the back of the thing and emulate a physical card, versus NFC, which is near field communication, which essentially means it's like using like a Bluetooth like setting to transmit the data, which is why those only work with the newer machines. And you can see you get so many benefits and memberships that come with this. It's actually really, really amazing. And even like discounts on like hotels and things of that nature. So I would say really, really great feature. If you're going to use your card anyway, just put it on Samsung Pay and rack up some points with that. And you can use these points for a whole myriad of things. Samsung has this thing called rewards, where essentially you have different tiers. The more you use your card, the more you get to higher tiers. They have like different systems, as you can see, from silver to gold to platinum. You get more points per purchase for each level you go up. And you can actually trade these points in for a whole bunch of things. Some of the things you can use points on are, like, as you can see, the deal of the week. For 17,000, you can get this wireless charge dual pad. There's a whole bunch of chance to win type of events. These are what I typically spend them on. So you can get like Galaxy Buds, a vacuum, which is like super slick and stuff. 10 million points, or even like coupon codes. So you can like get a huge discount if you wanted, say, a new phone or S Pen, things like that. A lot of accessories, even a Galaxy Fit, as you can see. So you can even win a Galaxy Fit for enough points. So for like the 10 million point giveaway, all you do is just boom, boom, confirm, and then you spin this little thing. And if you win, then you get the points. Another super unique feature about the Fold is the Galaxy Buds that come with it. It's a $200 set of wireless earbuds similar to the AirPods Pro, and they have a myriad of functions. As you can see the battery level of each of the headphones. They're wirelessly connected, of course. You can set the equalizer to any level you want. From that, you can turn it on or off. You can even manage notifications straight from the app. So you can turn which ones to turn on. It can read them aloud for you, so that way you don't have to be distracted, say if you're driving or things like that. The touchpad has a few functions that you can see from here. You can play, you can double tap to skip to the next track. You can triple tap to go to the previous track, and you can even tap and hold to, say, decline calls or set it to whatever you wanted to set it to. As you can see from the ambient sound, this is probably one of the most dope features about the device. Ambient sound allows you to cancel out sound around you while still maintaining the sound within the music. So it kind of accompanies the music that's playing. You know what I mean? It doesn't like, go with the song per se. It more augments reality's, already existing sound to make it so that you hear like an artificial version of everything that's happening around you. So it still has that like noise cancel, but it allows you to actually hear everything that's happening. It's really amazing when you hear it for the thing. You can find your earbuds wherever they are, since it uses Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, which is pretty cool if you're the type of person that you like to, lose your headphones a lot. Overall, very, very good headphones. I'm definitely going to make a video about this separately. Just wanted to touch up on it right now.
So as you can see in Google Wallpapers, you can choose between which wallpapers you want to show. And then out of these even, you can like click it, and then you can choose any of these if you really like these. Or you can have it like I have it, where every day it just chooses a random one and it downloads other ones, and it just displays that on your display as your main picture. So it's a lot easier to do it that way for your lock screen or any other screen. You can have it for your home screen too. I have for my home screen currently. It makes it a lot cooler for that type of stuff. Wallpapers and themes kind of goes in the same vein as that. Let's go into display, where you can see control the brightness. They have a little slider, as you can see at the end. It's like an orange color. There's like that for sound as well. So they want to make sure you don't go too bright. Blue light filters for when you're at night, so you can wind down. People say that blue light is bad for your eyes, especially for when you're gonna go to sleep. And you can even change what aspect every app is. This is some nerdy stuff. I mean, I'm getting more into the nerdy stuff this whole part of the video. Like if you're standing around to this part, you're probably into like all of the cool, interesting bits. So I'm gonna get into that for you. And you can obviously do like accidental touch and things like that. I love how in every section they always give you this little blue part at the bottom to say, hey, well, did you want to do this? Did you want to do that? And it just makes it like that much more elegant, I guess you could say. And notifications, you can block apps. You can have do not disturb. You can minimize apps, which is really cool. So like if let's say you get a whole bunch of Instagram notifications, you know that you're not going to check all of those. So you can have it like really small so that it doesn't actually pop up in the little screen for you, because you may not want to, see all of them all the time. It's really cool that they implemented that. Then in the connections, you can see you got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi calling even, which is really cool if your signal is a little bit shaky. and NFC payment. I'm actually going to go over this in depth a little bit later in the review. We go into About Phone. You can see you got the Google Fold, and you can see some of the cool settings in there. Let's head back. Here's an interesting feature. This is the only phone of their catalog that actually has its own help menu. So you can see, you can go through features, you can see each of your individual features in depth and how to use it. So if you ever wanted to know, then you can actually just refer back to this. As well as there's a concierge service. So if your screen ever gets a crack or anything like that, or you don't know how to use something in your phone, you can just literally call them up and they will help you out personally. I mean, if you're spending $2,000 and you're a normal person, then yeah, I'm gonna say you should get this type of treatment. But it's amazing that they actually give you that customer service and allow you to do it. So yeah. Software updates, you can actually always have them. As you can see, if you set in developer options, it'll automatically do this, but it's cool that you can always check, just like with Google phones, as much as you want, and to see that your software is up to date. In accessibility, there's a lot of kind of like shortcuts for things. As you can see in advanced, you can see the flash notifications, interaction dexterity. You can see you can basically have your phone as like a universal switch, which is kind of cool. Let me see. I'm show you what I'm talking about. Like you have one of these little things, and you can actually control your phone with a little touchpad. And hearing enhancements, this is a really cool one. You can actually have headphones in, and it mutes all the sounds outside of what you're doing. And what I like to use it for is like the Google subtitles. So you can actually transpose everything you're hearing on the screen, and it actually write it out for you, as well as speech to text, just like the Pixel phones. I don't know why they just put it in this phone and just allow you to do it, but yeah. So you actually got speech to text just like that. And I use this to write a lot of papers, because if you want to write a lot of words really quickly, it's actually really hard to do. Obviously, you can't write a 10-page paper that fast, but you can talk fast. So when every word you say, it'll transpose it and then write it in your paper. Makes writing long things very easy. And visual enhancements, you can see you got a lot of like color adjustments and things like that. Magnification is actually really cool too if you want to like cheat at certain games. And screen reader is pretty obvious what it does. Now let's get into the general management. You got your language, you got your input in there. Apps is obvious. Of course, this phone can mobile tether to other devices via hotspot or USB. And you can set limits just like any other phone with those, which is really cool. And sounds notification, you're actually going to see that we have, you can control the intensity of the sounds. You can make different vibrate patterns if you want. You can actually control which one you want. You can like, let's see. And it's kind of cool to get that, right? So, you know, you control even the vibration pattern. Like, Samsung goes above and beyond with that type of stuff. The vibration intensity even, you know, like, it's very, very, very well in depth for, like, literally all of their settings. And you can even use your volume keys to take pictures or get into the different apps and things like that. It's very advanced in terms of phone technology. I'm going to go over the camera in depth also. I'm going to go through the developer options really quick because I know there's some people that actually want to know what's in there. You can change things like the color mode, display options, auto system update, which is really important if you care about like getting the quickest updates from Samsung and Google. Night mode always on. This is a really good one too, because you know obviously you want to be able to have the dark theme with all apps, not just like the system apps. Some feature flags, system tracking. This is more like the typical stuff that you see on newer devices, like how you can switch between Wi-Fi and mobile data instantly. There's so many Bluetooth codecs, so you can change the channels and things like that. pretty dope. You can change the animation speed if you want it to be fast with this. And here's one that is like super underrated, is minimum width. With this, you can essentially make your phone any device you want. So let's say hypothetically I want it to be like a traditional phone. I could put this at like 655. And if I press OK, you'll notice one thing in specific. And that's that everything got really big. You notice that even the buttons got really big, right? And you'll see that the screen real estate, though it's still 4x4, it's a lot bigger. Like all the icons are bigger and the sizes are bigger and things of that nature, right? Now, let's kick it all the way up to 1111, right? Watch what happens. Boom. Now everything got really tiny. You see how you can see a lot more of the screen now? You can see like the little icons, even the little icons at the top got smaller. And the screen real estate obviously is affected by it. Still 4x4, but now you notice how everything is very scrunched together. So when you go into, say, your browser, you'll notice a difference. You can see a lot more in your tabs up here. Also, you have the backwards and forwards buttons just like on a computer. And you even have the settings just like on a computer. And remember before you can see 2 outfits at a time. Now I can see all the outfits in one screen. So it depends on what type of experience you really want to go with. But for me, I kind of prefer this like computer style because like in every app it's affected like that. So if I go to YouTube right now and then I go to trending, actually let's go back. Let's take it out so we can see it in real time. Then I go back to YouTube and you notice how tiny the icons are. So it's just like a computer, you know what I mean? You can see everything clearly. You can even scroll now, just literally like a computer. Shows a lot more videos on one slide. Before, this one video was taking up the entire screen. Now you got 5 videos on the screen, 6 videos on the screen, including the scroll bar. And it just shows a lot more content. So if you're a content consumption type of person, you want to see your navigation bars and things like that at the top, at the bottom, I definitely would advise you to kick it up to maybe like 800 plus. I like it around like maybe 958. It's a good number. Boom. Still small, but it's not crazy small. So that's and that works on any device that has the minimum width. You can change the DPI. That's what it used to be called. So you can have it like a computer or tablet. This is a lot of like disabling and restriction modes. So you can like keep activities. You can destroy activities. Standby. This one's really cool. Force activities to be resizable, which means essentially you can make any app be able to be on one side of the screen or the other side of the screen and be able to be resizable within that. And some apps don't like that, but it'll force it to do it anyway. Another cool feature, I'm in a bathroom where it's pretty dark. Notice how there's a flashlight, right? And if you turn it on, it's got its own little setting actually. Yeah, so you got to find it in the quick settings. That's what it is. And you got different power levels. So you can actually have it low for like a nice little scenic shot, a little bit higher, and all the way in the max brightness where you can literally illuminate a whole room. Because, I mean, I can't really show you, but look how bright the flash is on this thing. So it's really amazing that you can actually control the brightness of it, you know? Really good feature.